welcome back to TitanReach. I have been hard at work training up the last few skills that have content that I can't yet access. And I've unlocked a few things. One, we're up to combat level 50, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's mostly ranged base, so still need to work on my melee to get that up to scratch, but that's for later. Most of this work has been done in woodcutting, survival, and ranged to get to those final level goals. Well, not woodcutting, but that was just a side effect of the whole thing. Our second level 60 skill, and getting all the way to 62. Because we did the whole making the willow longbows unstrung all the way to 65 survival. Well, not quite all the way. We did take all of our drops from the guards, so the steel ingots and the bronze arrow tips. Made those into arrows too, so that was some of the XP, but a lot of it was the willow longbows. Luckily, us getting to 65 survival also coincided very well with us getting a 55 ranged. We took our cherry short bow and annihilated just so many raccoons. So many raccoons that we got the pet. Our second pet. Which is fair because we really haven't fought too many of the things that drop pets, besides like 500 bears, but that's still pretty under drop rate. Shouldn't really expect in 500. I haven't done the math to see what the expected time average with the way that the drop rate changes as you kill more of the creatures. Anyways, we got the raccoon pet, and I think by the end there it would have been basically getting towards guaranteed level of raccoon pet, because we got 1,761 apples ready to go towards alchemy, and the vials as well. But if I want to get this video out now, I don't have time to put 1,700 apples in vials and then bring them back and forth to the cauldron, so that is what I'm doing after this video. The willow longbows unstrung that we made, I don't even know how many of them, a lot, sold to the store. We now have 321,000 coins. So we could just go and get ourselves another cobalt sword very easily. No reason to do that though. If they add a recipe for like a cobalt greatsword or something, this would be very nice. Possibly even enough to get it, depending on what the recipe is. But we'll see. That's in the future. For today, we're making ourselves a new bow. Whether or not it's actually a useful bow, I don't know. Because it's a cherry long bow. It's got slower attack speed, requires a higher range level, and unless it's got a secret damage bonus that it doesn't tell you about, it's hard to say if it's actually worth it. Also, we used up quite a few of our iron arrows. You can't even see it. Down to 2,600 iron arrows from all those raccoons. Again, not the best place to train ranged exactly, because you end up over-hitting so much, wasting your arrows, but I needed the apples, and it pretty much worked out perfectly. I think we only need like 100 more once we got to level 55 ranged. So we put that in strength. So. Here we go. Cherry longbows. Also presumably more experience. And I guess they're worth slightly more, 210. Willow longbows on strong are still 200, so not a big deal. So let's just make all these. Just sell the rest of them. We could have turned these into arrow shafts or something, but meh, it's fine. Let's get a little bit more money here. Clear out a bank slot. I'm just not sure if longbows matter. I'm gonna do I guess I'll do a little bit of testing. If we can at least hit a higher max hit, that would at least give us some information to work with. Add the bowstring. Cherry longbow. Down here. So sell all the unstrungs, we don't need those. What do we want to test on? I guess bears, I guess. Get some more bear hide. Sell the unstrungs. Because we totally need more money right now. There we go. And if we're going to be testing this, I don't really want to use the potions because the levels drain. That'd be kind of awkward. Let me just grab... We can cook it there. Something. Let's head over to bears. We've got our cherry shortbow. Damage 4, speed 0.7, 50 ranged. And our cherry longbow, damage 4, speed 0.8, 55 range. I guess we could see if these look different at least. Well, let's just go over the bears first. Haven't used ranged against bears yet. Hopefully we kill them fast enough that they don't come over and maul me to death. We're rocking the full bear skin in our defensive jewelry. That's probably fine. So here is the cherry shortbow. This is the cherry longbow. Shortbow. Longbow. And it's bigger. It's bigger, it's slower. Questionable. Alright, let's see. $149. We hit from so far away we can't see what damage we're doing, which is not great. 153. This will feel pretty confident about being able to kill the bears before they get too close. So I got that going for me. So they're just walking backwards. Seems to work fine. Ah, too far. That regains all his HP. See, that's the problem with range. Kind of awkward. I want to stay out of the area where it's going to spawn. 152. We would obviously hit more with our potions. 159 there. 163. Ah, for sure. Oh my goodness. See, this is not ideal. If they can get too close, that you want to keep backpedaling, just kind of awkward. So we've hit like 160-ish. Let's try the longbow. I guess they don't drop meat. Don't know why I brought this. I was thinking of wolves. Alright, longbow time. Seems to hit okay. Can't say if it's better or anything. Ow, my body. Doesn't feel that much slower. Well, it's only 0.1 second slower. But in order to counter that, I would have to do at least slightly higher damage. Because range doesn't matter at all. We can hit things from outside their aggro range. And then that means it doesn't even matter. $173, that's a little better. There might be some invisible stats going on here. 176. That's a fair bit better than anything we hit with the short bow. I just don't know if it's worth the difference in speed. I guess if it can hit higher, that means it's more arrow effective. So that's one benefit to think about. So, against enemies that we can at least hit our max hit against, it actually matters. It'd be a very small difference against lower level creatures for more often one hits, I guess. And arrow, not wasting too many arrows is probably about as good as you're gonna get as far as ranged efficiency for now. Yeah, this one hit like 170s. Other one was hitting like 160s. I guess that's okay. Yeah. And it's a bigger looking bow. That's also cool. I think I'll keep both for now. Probably look into what other people think. Overall, they're both fine. Might end up in situations similar to, I mean, the difference between the attack speed of the sword and the greatsword is so much different that you actually could find situations where the sword would be better, like against these guards here. I don't know if we're gonna find anything like that for the longbow versus shortbow. It also feels like it's gonna be a little more difficult to dodge stuff, maybe. I don't know. Because you don't really move back and forth as much with the range. Probably if I tried harder, but yeah. Some more bear hide, that's good. And now we got both bows here. Alright. So, that is the end of all skills unlocks, except for 60 alchemy. And we've got the resources right here to finish it off. At least until the next stuff is out. Look at our big old bow. I like it. Looks very fancy too. The armor is going to be getting an upgrade, but so that doesn't look quite as nice yet, but it's coming along. Let's check what's in the shop today. A bunch of bows that I sold. Don't think these are all mine, but yeah, probably a lot of them. Yep. A lot of wolf leather. That's interesting. I think that would have some value beyond just selling it to the shop, but that's fine. Whatever. You do you. Okay. So next on my agenda is 60 alchemy. That's the last thing. And then after that, probably work towards 50 in all skills, I guess. Get back to doing a bit more mining. I wouldn't be mad about that. All with our new raccoon pet. Next time. Goodbye.